Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. So, final round of Grand Arena, let's see how I got on. Okay, so 4 accounts are in play. And I'm going to give a big massive spoiler here, so if you don't want to know, skip ahead about 10 seconds in the recording. I lost on all 4 accounts, including Temmin, which made it 0-6 for the season. So yeah, I know that might sound a bit of a weird thing to tell people right now, but I'm thinking to myself, I think it's a good disclaimer. So let's just show you what happened round by round or account by account. So starting here with Temmin. This is the this was the board when we started. We got a different defense, to be honest. I wanted to mix things up, having been 0-5 up until that point. So yeah, let's show you what was happening. So we got Karth. I thought I'm going to throw him down for a change, put Wampa in there just to make it more annoying. Plus, it'd be the last time Wampa is used on defense for a while. Well, I say a while, hopefully forever. We got Dabba Boba. I thought, why not? We got Atbar on me, and we got Dash. Then bottom wall, I did something I very rarely do. I put Imperial Troopers on defense, and it was simply for the reason I knew my opponent didn't have great speed mods. So in my logic, I'm thinking I've put JML there, so he's going to have to use a Galactic Legend in this scenario. I've put my DR there, so that might burn another GL. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to try and bait him into using either another GL on Imps, or I'm going to try and bait him into using something equally as big on the Imps. So it was an interesting thought. Yeah, we'll explain how that went on later. Got Padme with Cat. That's been pretty much bog standard on my bottom wall for a bit. So let's show you what I was facing. We got Darth Revan with Talon. We got an EP Mara team. We got Kylo Ren unmasked with some First Order, so that was an annoying comp. And we got Rey. So I'd known that he was going to put Rey down, and I thought to myself, right, we're going to take him 5-0 first here and hope for the best. I could have saved JML for offense and played it more safe, but I wanted to try and block that bottom as much as I could. My opponent got 4 GLs. Actually, I didn't put my opponent up. Let's show you now. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, my opponent got 4 GLs, JohnAlan. He got JMK, JML, Rey, and SLKR. So we were at a disadvantage anyway, so I thought I've got to put my 1 down and at least try and soak up a GL using my own. But like I said, my speed mods were greatly an advantage, so I thought we're going to try and exploit that and make sure we put some high speed teams down on defense. But yeah, that was about all we had really going for us. The relics were a disadvantage, that the Omicrons and Zetas we were doing okay, and the total GP we weren't that far behind. But yeah, everything else seemed to be going against. So yeah, not the greatest matchup, but certainly not the worst either. So yeah, that was what we were facing. One more wall, sorry. We had Qui-Gon on defense as well with Cam at Relic. That was a little bit concerning, but thankfully Jolie was in the comp. I don't get why Jolie would be thought of there. I recognise revives, but you can't revive Qui-Gon, and even if you revive, say, Anakin or Kiadi, yeah, the offense dies off. So yeah, you're losing a lot to gain little. Anyway, then we got Bounty Hunters, we got Mon Mothma, and we got General Grievous. So some high relics in that group as well. So I was a little bit concerned there as well. But I wasn't like going to fear the match, but it was one way thinking something could go wrong if I don't play it smart. So let's show you the first battle. Okay, so that was EP Mara, EP Vader, Mara, Thrawn, TFP versus Cal-Katarn, Mon Mothma. And the Cal-Katarn was not that fast, so we thought, okay, we're going to go straight in. We don't need to bring a pre-tank or anything like that, or pre-taunting tank. And yeah, very comfortable win. This is becoming a go-to counter for me for Mara. Well, sorry, for Mon Mothma. Yeah, there's not much more I can add here, really. Thankfully, once you pass turn here, it's a very safe battle. I was trying to remember, because I'm sure in one account I did lose some protection on TFP, but maybe that was a previous round. Could have been this. I seem to remember somewhere I stalled. I thought, can I get Thrawn another turn to get the protection back? So it could have been this battle, because I was determined to try and get 75. So this does scream true. I am genuinely curious though if this was the one or not. Okay, so we did that. Did I base it there? Yeah, I did. So I must have stalled. I am pretty sure I did stall. I am now very, very curious. So yeah, we're just passing turns. We're doing basics. We're not using specials because that will slow down Thrawn. So yeah, we're doing basic here. And I think I'm passing the damage between the two to try and not kill them both off. So yeah, I am stalling. I could have killed it by now, but yeah, there we go. We got the protection back on TFP. We can do an AoE. Basic. We can do a Culling Blade to get rid of Kyle. Merciless, Force Crush, and Basic. So yeah, 75. That was actually a good win. That was a good start. I may have to try those battles for starts more often, because I think mentally getting a 75 is good. Even if 75 is the same as 65, just 10 banners more because it's the first battle, mentally it can just give you that good head start feeling. So next one, we went in with Ray Jedi Training versus Bosk, and I made a boo-boo. Can anyone work out what it was from what you can see on the screen? Anyone? I'm going to say, you'll probably work it out if you haven't already when you see that the gameplay stops. And yeah, it's not happened yet. I was a bit slow to work it out. I think it might be. Oh, it might be in any moment now. I think it's when R2 gets a turn next. Here we go. So I realise. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I've not bought the right fin in. So yeah, for those of you who worked it out, well done. Usually I bring in OG Finn instead of Resistance Hero Finn. Not to mention I don't usually bring C-3PO into this team for the fact that I like him with the Rebels. So I really hurt my team comp here. Thankfully on offense it didn't cost me. 3PO didn't do bad here, and the Rebels actually got away without him. But yeah, it could have gone a lot worse. So yeah, it was a very comfortable battle in the end. I can't remember offhand if we lost some banners though. I don't think we did. I think it was a 65, but it, you know, considering I didn't have Finn, I think getting a 64 would have been a great achievement. But yeah, if we got 65, I am still very pleased with that. Especially with Dengar there. Dengar is like the king of banner stealing. I mean, ideally, there we go. That's what we want to mass assist. We want to avoid that. Did we actually recover? I don't think we did. Surely not. There's so much protection gone on Finn. Surely not. No, 31 turns on Illuminated Destiny we couldn't have done. So it must have been 64. So yeah, I thought we'd actually recovered, but yeah, I've forgotten in that time. Yeah, basic kills Dengar, so 64. Still, it's annoying because if I'd taken OG Finn, I might have got a 65 there. Anyway, now this Grievous team was bad. Okay, the guide forgot to put mods on. So the GG only had 2 mods attached. It was still 100k health, but that was low compared to what you usually face. So I planned to take Mon Mothma in anyway. But it was a weird battle because even though it felt like the counter was going solid, there were times when it didn't. I mean, just wait for GG to take his turn. You might get what I'm getting at, because the main thought process of using this team is that we're able to get days onto B2, and that stops the buff immunity and it gets us in control of the battle. But we've got a lot of buff immunity on our side, 2 target locks. This is not going well. So I had to use Mon's Cleanse. I had to get some basics on this team. I had to try and just get some control back on the battle, because this just wasn't going right, and I couldn't really put my finger on what was going wrong. And even now watching it back, I'm still a little bit confused, I'll be honest, because I can only assume there was a lot of tenacity on that B2. I haven't checked the mods, and I'm not going to check them now, I'll be honest, but I can only assume there was a fair bit of tenacity there, because I should have been landing at least a bit of days with K2's special. So, yeah, in a general sense, I'm confused, but we got through it. It's just that it wasn't a clean battle. I was a bit concerned there, I won't lie. The 2 side droids to Grievous now are a bit squishy. So I thought, I'm going to have to take Grievous a minute. I've got to try and stall the battle a little bit. My concern was that we could nuke one of these very fast. And, you know, we haven't got really a non-aggressive ability. They're all pretty hard hitting. So, yeah, we're kind of stuck. We're going to have to soak up 2 metallic monstrosities. So there's the first one, there's the second. We managed to survive, but the banners look terrible. And how long it'll take Grieves to go down, we won't recover them. And we won't even get a revive for K2, so that was more annoying. But yeah, 55 banners, not good. So we got through it, but it was high cost. CLS versus Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, this was fairly straightforward. We got Anakin under control straight away. I was wishing at that point I'd got the AoE a bit quicker, but thankfully Cara was very fast. It was one advantage of not having with the Rebel fighters. So yeah, we got some control on the battle pretty quick. I wanted to do the attack on Qui-Gon then, but I was thinking that won't really help because Anakin will dispel his debuffs and then he'll have one big attack ready. So I thought, let's just stall a minute. My main priority was, could we get a stun back on Anakin? But once he did the AoE, I thought, you know what? Even if he goes now, he'll miss. So I thought we've got an okay chance there. He didn't actually cleanse the blind, so I was grateful for that. I'm gonna have to reread that kit regarding Qui-Gon Army. But yeah, like I say, it went smooth from this point. Anakin dies off pretty quickly. Cara actually does a half decent job here. She's still at risk, you know. Kiadi and Jolie have still got a good offense because of the sacrifice, but you can see there she tanks one hit quite well, and Jolie's a little bit of a pain and just sends Kiadi in twice to hurt her. And I couldn't really recover banners, so yeah, we lost some on Cara, but I don't mind. It was worth it just to make sure that we at least got the win. So yeah, 62 is not the worst score. So Geos are on the battle, and I thought, right, I want to just get this one out of the way. Night Sisters versus Geos is my go-to counter, plus they were all Rallic, so it was giving me the heebie-jeebies a bit seeing them. I think they were all Rallic anyway. I just didn't like the idea of holding on them. I thought, let's just make sure we get this one done. And I'm kind of glad I did, because as you can see, they went for Daka not once but twice. So we're in the danger zone already, and my concern is the AI has gone for Daka. You know, usually the AI is a bit thick, it'll go for Spirit and then Zombie, but no, they were going for my must not target toon. So yeah, I was concerned. I actually made a point of using Daka's revive every time, because every time it's available, because I thought, one, they're getting rid of Talzin and Spirit anytime they come back, but besides that, I thought if I need them to go for another toon. I need them to try and kill Talzin or Spirit again, because if Daka goes, the whole thing's gone. So yeah, I was making sure I just kept triggering the revive. Thankfully, Spirit and Talzin were quite squishy in that regard. I mean, if they weren't, we might have struggled, because the stacking offense that Asajj gets means that the battle does eventually swing our way. Plus we get a nice amount of potency on the stun, so that was helping. But yeah, as soon as I feel like the offense is stacked a lot on Asajj, I will do an AoE. Obviously I try and make sure I bring an ally back at the same time. So I think we're basic here. I cleanse there, oh no, I didn't cleanse, I basic that way, got Talzin back, then we do the revive. Do we? Should I do it? Oh, okay. I think I must have been stalling, trying to make sure we got Spirit back at the right time. Either way, we got 55, well 60 as it is now, so it was a bog standard battle, but it went in a very scary way, so yeah, it was one of those that you really clenching your teeth and making sure everything goes right. Now this is the one I was stalling over because I didn't want to go in for this. Now, watching it back, I'm going to judge if I misplayed a bit here. So, yeah, you might be able to guess what happened based on what I've just said, so apologies for that. So, Aldo's doing a job of annoying me because she's forcing a taunt over there when I want to go for Finn. Thankfully, Arc Trooper can help there. Now, my concern going into this was, what happens if Rey gets back-to-back turns? Whether it be an ultimate and a whirlwind, or a whirlwind then an ultimate. I thought I need to be able to time my form up well. So you can see there, I was looking at form up, but I thought, no, gas probably go down soon, we need form up. So I was holding on to that ability for dear life. But equally, I was thinking, if I send one of my toons down, then there's a good, one of their toons down to damage immunity. Chances are she will ult or whirlwind at the wrong time. So I'm probably overthinking it a little bit. I'm trying not to send any of them into damage immunity. But the trouble is, the longer the battle goes on, even though our damage goes up, our chances of winning go down, just for the simple fact that they've got more time to damage us. So I think I did need to be a bit more aggressive. I mean, if I'd have gone for Holdo all out, if it had just said, right, you are going to hurt me, but I'm going to try and make sure that I hurt you, I might have stood a better chance. But even watching it back, it doesn't look great. I mean, just look at this. She's in damage immunity, and my gas is not in good health. So you can see where this is going to go. That was painful. As soon as that happened, I knew I'd lost. So yeah, it was just rough. There's no two ways of putting it. I had no second option, no cleanup. I was out. So I thought, right, we're going to have to clean up the rest of the board. Old Republic at the back, so I took the lessons learned from the previous round. We used Bad Batch on the Old Republic. Very comfortable battle. I don't really know what else I can say there. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. Going to say Bad Batch are one of the cleanest 65 banner battles you can do in this game. So yeah, not much more to add. Next up, we did Aura Bounty Hunters versus Darth Revan. Now, this is one of my favourite counters right now. I have misplayed it a little bit at times, but I still like it in principle because it's a pretty simple idea. Get rid of Revan, that way you can't fear the team. And then at this point, it's like you stall just a little bit. You're like, okay, can we just wait a minute? Can we just time out another disintegrate? So yeah, we'll pop another taunt. We're going to go for Bastila. We got her out pretty easily, I'll say. But now we're in a funny position, which I'm not usually in with Sith Empire. And it's that Talon's not taunting. Oh, sorry, Talon isn't out in the open. She's still under stealth. So we're kind of stuck at hitting Malak. And we don't want that. Now, I misplayed a little bit there, I'd argue, with Grief. I could have done basic instead of doing the Uno reverse, because it meant that instead of applying daze, I gave everyone a chance to hit him. So that was a little misplay, and it did cost a little as far as you can see, Aura's just been stripped a little bit. But I don't think it was the worst misplay. It's just something that, if you give me another choice, I wouldn't do again. So yeah, basic on Talon. Just try and make sure we're giving Zam some turns, but we've lost Aura. Again, I did misplay. I shouldn't have put the Uno reverse out that early. Thankfully, getting Daisies out. I've got Grief speed up to make this counter work, but I think it would have been worse if Grief had been less potent. So the fact that he's getting Daze is nice. And we did get another Disintegrate, so we were able to use it, and then some Mass Attack on Talon for the win. So 61, losing Aura, that isn't bad, but I think I could have got 65 if I'd have just played a little smarter with Malak. So yeah, again, another pretty comfortable battle this. GG versus First Order, it's fairly straightforward. We're going to try and get target locks out. We're going to make sure Sith Trooper is quiet, so that's why I targeted him with the target lock. Yeah, we managed to get the stun. That was pretty nice. AoE target lock again. Now, that should have prevented the... well, it should have prevented the counterattacks on their side, but I don't think it happened. Maybe I'm misremembering the battle a bit, though. So I think here I'm debating, do we use the special on Sith Trooper, but I had to remind myself it's true damage, not crit damage. So because it's true damage, we can still do a massive hit on him. So yeah, it was well worth it. In fact, it's one of the advantages of taking droids in this battle. The true damage from Droideka is really nice. So yeah, from this point we're just stalling a little bit. We will go for Fox because he will be annoying over there. Just keep using that AoE, Josh. I mean, remember, the more debuffs, the more turn meter we get, but not just that. We don't really do that for them to have status effects. The more status effects, the more they heal up. So yeah, just keep landing debuffs on them. I'm not sure why I wasn't going for Fox at this point, though. I can get doing the AoE with B2, I actually encourage that, but I really should have done that AoE a bit more, just to try and get rid of the retribution more than anything. Maybe I was concerned about being countered to death. But yeah, at this point, it's just about topping up banners, so I don't think we got Max here. I actually think Kylo was being quite tenacious, which was annoying. But yeah, in general, quite comfortable battle. 61, we move on. So well, I say final battle, it was one of the final battles. I took in my JKL leftover team to try and take down EP Mara. This was not good. I actually think I misplayed. I think I should have gone for Mara first. My concern was that if I didn't get Vader out, he would go crazy. But in hindsight, even if he did go crazy, it might have been better than what does happen. So we managed to counter with the Jedi. They managed to get Vader out. The trouble is, even with this little cleanse here, they go a little cray-cray. I needed another toon that would apply tenacity up at this point, which to my knowledge there isn't really one. Yeah, this just gets painful. So I am trying to get to Mara. I know her damage, I know her threat, but I just wasn't able to get there in time. I mean, I'm thinking maybe I should have done a double tap with Bastila. That would have at least got ability block out there. But yeah, at this point, they are in total control. Not to mention Palpatine wrecks me. I mean, the worst bit is, this won't be the only time in this video that I see a mass stun like that from Palpatine. He was a bane to me this day. So, yeah. Once Mara's got Papa's Palpatine's turn me to train going, there is no stopping it. That thing is on board and it's not been derailed. So yeah, we lost that one. And yeah, we got one more team at the back. It was BAM, I think. Yep, so I took in some leftover bounty hunters and scoundrels. Stormtrooper on it wasn't needed here, it was just a bit of a luxury. I put the armour in just to try and get a contract for Boba Fett a little bit easier. So yeah, not a bad battle this. I think we do lose Stormtrooper Han. It wasn't like a bad thing, that it's just, yeah, Han goes, but I don't mind that. It was kind of what he was there for, take a bullet. It gave time for the armourer to put ingots out, so it was worth it as far as giving the team some extra viability. Or extra survivability. So yeah, 3 stacks of that. Boba will counter, he won't be able to be critted. So yeah, I think that was well worth it. But yeah, at this point we've got no lose. We cannot lose this battle. Boba Fett at Relicate, he is capable of soloing this team now. So we're just stalling. Just wait and see the battle out. There we go, Greedo taps to finish, so 59. And they did try and clean up the EP team, but yeah. This was the worst opening combo. As soon as Mara goes first, there is no recovery. There is absolutely no recovery. I mean, this was painful. So, yeah, I had to back out, and I'm not really going to play much more of this battle for the simple reason this was the last battle I did, and I backed out. So, instead of just watching Nest sort of get stuck in a time loop, let's show you the final board. Yeah, this was painful. This was painful in more than one way, because JohnAlan had actually done his attacks, and it looked like he'd struggled. He didn't beat my Executor, so I thought, wow, we are actually winning this. I was 1013 to about 900, I think, 900 odd. So I thought, he's stuck on fleet, you can't beat my toons. He actually held up 3 times on my Newt team, and then the Ewoks held because of it. So yeah, I was feeling very positive. I was like, come on, we're actually going to get a win. He held on my imps as well down south, so that was a good call pulling them down. But yeah, he came back late in the day. I had actually posted, because you can't see it, but this is 2 minutes after before the review phase ended. I had already posted on GACN saying that I'd won the round, and I came back on to see he'd come back and cleared Executor, so I was absolutely devastated. I mean, yeah, it was painful just for the fact that you're looking at it and you're going, couldn't you have just not played, mate? It's not that I want to win because someone doesn't attack. I know that sounds petty, but you think to yourself, couldn't you have just given in an Executor? So yeah, I'm 0-6 for the fortnight. I really need a gimme. I need someone who just is absolutely terrible just to get me out of this rut I'm in, because I am trying different combinations. I would like to think you guys have seen I'm trying. I mean, yes, last round I messed up on offense. I hold my hands up there. It's the benefit of doing this. It does force me to re-review my offense a bit, but yeah, I'm just looking and thinking I am trying with what I've got available to get some results, and I'm just not pulling anything out the hat. So yeah, I really, really hope that next week we at least get 1 win, because honestly, the past fortnight has been terrible here. Absolutely terrible. So we've got Crimson here up against Exar Kun. That's taking me back to when I used to read about Sith Lords. And to be fair, Exar is from a guild I used to, well, I say I used to be in. I was in for a week to do Lightside Geonosis one time, Crimson Guard. So yeah, I know they're a good guild. They were very organised. I can only compliment them. And yeah, Exar, to his credit, he was a good opponent. And as you can see, he outscores me in everything. I mean, the only thing I was ahead on was Omicrons. So yeah, credit to him. He was way ahead. So yeah, let's show you how the actual board looks and how we were getting on. So here we go. So this is the board at the start of play. 1 GL for each of us on defense on the front. This is my defense. I'd put GG Droids down. I'd put my SLKR team down. We put Bounty Hunters, and we put my Newt Asajj team down. Then down the south, we went with the Old Republic comp again with Nest. We put the BAM team with IG and Queel. We put the clones, and we put Qui-Gon Jinn. My opponent, XR put 501st, Crew, Mon Mothma, and Bounty Hunters. And the south wall had Padme, SLKR with First Order Officer, Asajj lead Night Sisters, and we got GG Droids. So let's show you how we got on with these. Okay, so first of all, we took in JMK against Slacker. Yeah, this was a no-brainer as far as selection. I knew I was going to be facing Slacker just based on GA history, so I thought, right, we're not going to take Slacker in. It just makes no sense to lose banners, so we're going to play the smart choice. We're going to take in JMK. We're going to aim for a good 75 start. So yeah, that made sense. I'm glad I did it. And yeah, I've got not a lot really to add here. I mean, I have just before I started recording this video, I have managed to get the ultimate on my JMK, so the next Grand Arenas we will have the ultimate, so that is good. Hopefully we'll have the video up in a couple of days as well. But yeah, it's done me all right without. I have not been playing battles and thinking, oh god, I need the ultimate. I have managed to cope without, but it will be nice having it. I mean, it's night and day difference. So we'll see how we get on. I mean, based on what opponents I face, I might also start putting Cat with Padme and trying something like that just to mix things up a little bit. But again, I might have to hold back on that until I've got more teams ready. I don't know. I'm toying around with just messing with the opposition a little bit just so I don't become predictable, but equally I don't want to weaken my defensive options or offensive options by doing that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, as you can see, this battle was comfortable. I don't think XR would expect anything but a 75 in this scenario, so it was a good start. Okay, so next up was EP versus Padme. And yeah, again, very comfortable battle. A lot of not target locks, lots of debuffs to start. We can get ability blocks on the field. A lot of control. It's not the most difficult battle. Three Jedi to target with ability blocks. We've got R2 there as well, but we can ability block him because he's a rebel. So yeah, very good battle to go in for. I was a little concerned about Anakin, I won't lie. I thought, can we get him under control somehow? I was a bit concerned here. I thought, all right, we haven't got him. We can't really control him with stagger. So yeah, it was a little bit of a concern, but I believe we got round to him via Thrawn, so it wasn't a big deal. I'd argue I misplayed, but it wasn't like a horrendous one. It was just, we got there in the end, misplay. So yeah, once Kenobi's gone, they've got no tank, so they're down. They're dead and buried. We just got a stall on Padme. So yeah, this is a clean 65. No complaints. Dara Shubalos, I believe. There we go. And just yeet R2 and basic. So yep, 65. So this was a good start. I was very pleased. 265, or 2 effective 65s. JKR, this is GG. I think we dropped some banners here, but again, I don't begrudge that because you can always lose 1 or 2 to a GG in a JKR battle. So yeah, we're going to minimise as much as we can. The play is always the same. I've skipped this battle a few times, but I think Juhani does give an element of risk to this battle, as far as she isn't really doing anything. She's just there for the turn meter at the start of battle. And I'll say the turn meter, it's not even turn meter, it's speed. And I don't need speed, but equally, I think she does more than Hoda right now. Once I've got my Hoda built, Hoda will go there, because even though he won't provide as much speed, he will do more in battle for foresight, for master's training, just for general health and protection recovery. But right now, at least she can sort of tank a little bit. She can maybe throw a stagger if I'm lucky. But yeah, she's not that great. And like I say taunt, but as you can see, she's under stealth right now. So yeah, Juhani's a very interesting toon. I mean, again, if I remember when I first built this team up and I was going to take her all the way to Rallic just for the idea of, oh yeah, she'll be a good option in GA. And all these years on, I can safely say no, which is a shame because on paper she should be better. I would kind of like it if CG gave her an Omicron. Maybe something that connected us to Revan, as far as if the leading Jedi is an Old Republic Jedi, she will perma-taunt or something. I don't know, maybe it's a case that she'll go under stealth and then taunt. I don't know, something that just makes her a more useful tank. But it'd be nice if they did something to give her usefulness under Revan, because it feels like they are a good partnership. I feel she's better there than with Old Republic. Plus, it would then give the Old Republic something down the line, as if to say, yeah, you're missing a toon. Maybe we can add one to just help out there. So yeah, maybe if they bring out more Old Republic toons, but for now, I assume she's just going to be neglected. But yeah, I didn't comment much on that battle. We did get 65, so I was quite banner efficient in the end. But yeah, CG, Omicron for Juhani one day. Just asking. So yeah, so far this has gone all right. I mean, I think I was talking in the chat at this point, but yeah, we were going all right. We had 365s effectively, so it was a good start. This was a weird one because it was to clean up the wall. And I took this in for the simple fact I thought, I haven't got a home for Kylo, I haven't got a plan for Watt, I haven't got a plan for HK, I haven't got a plan for Droideka. So a team like this did beat a team like these Night Sisters the other day. So I was thinking, hang on, maybe we can actually not waste a big team and throw what is relative garbage at this. And it does work, we do get the win. I wouldn't go and say this is a team for counter Night Sisters, but what I would say, I used it. My T3 is not good. So T3 was just there really to maybe dispel some buffs. And we did get a cleanse with him. The whole idea of this counter, if you want to call it that, is that we've put the weapon tech on Kylo and he just keeps spamming AoEs. Now, I'm not sure that was the right idea in hindsight. I might have been better putting... Sorry, my watch just decided to chime in. I don't know if that was the right choice. I think the weapon tech does work as far as it makes them unable to revive or unable to revive. But the trouble is we kept getting stunned. And yeah, this was painful for that reason. You're thinking, can I do anything to just protect Kylo some more? In hindsight, I don't think I could have done anything more. I think it was just a case that maybe I mismanaged the battle a bit. I mean, as you can see, we've got 3 minutes 25 on the clock. I'm actually going fast forward now. We are going to lose Watt and we're going to lose HK in this time. And this is simply down to misplays, I believe. So we've lost a minute there, and I'm going fast forward some more. And as you can see, HK is still standing. But Asajj and Zombie are not. Well, they are not down. And this all comes down to the fact that I was focusing that much on Asajj, or trying to get Asajj down, that I forgot that it'd be better if I got Zombie down to 2 stacks of negative Endless Ord. So because I was that focused on Asajj, Zombie was just being fast and annoying. So if I'd have just slowed down, as I eventually do, and said, right, go for Zombie, then I think I'd have won this a lot quicker. It's about this time I worked it out. So we do a roll. We're going to get Retribution. We get Zombie down 1. We get Zombie down again. We do another one on Zombie, so it's -2 now. And then we just start trying to focus on Asajj, because Zombie is going to be slower. So yeah, we've got a bit of health off Asajj, a bit more. Asajj can't heal. And then the AoE to finish. That was correct. That was the way to do it. I completely misplayed in all that time leading up to that. So I'm glad I worked it out, but boy, did I mess around before it. Now, this was the only option I had for this battle, and even now watching it back, it was a long shot. My opponent got Relic 5 Gas, but Relic 7 Clones. I got Relic 2 Gas, Relic 2 Arc Trooper, Relic 1 5's Arc, and Rex. So my relics are a priority on these clones moving forward. It might not be this month, but it's going to be in the next month or 2. It all depends how quick I can get the relics on my my JMK tunes. But yeah, these are definitely a priority because I need the cam mission sorted. But yeah, just watching this back, it was painful because the speed was there for them and the power was there. So even though you can do mirror matches, I just didn't have a hope in Alia. I was hoping that the sacrifice might be kind for me. I might be able to play my way around it as far as taking advantage of 5's stats. But yeah, there was just no way around it. I mean, I'm looking and thinking, even though Gas is nearly down, 5's has got so much protection still that we were going to need to pretty much go through 2 of Gas's sit downs just to get through 5's. So this was not good. I mean, just look at the damage that we're putting out. Again, just focusing on 5's. I mean, just not a lot. I mean, what, we got about 25k there. It just got the protection off him. And now Gas is coming back up. Yeah, this was rough. I mean, it didn't help that my Gas was sitting down fast as well. If my Gas was standing up a bit longer, we might have stood a chance, but yeah, I mean, I've lost my Echo there. I think Echo is important to any 5 first team, just for the fact he's constantly dealing damage for you. So as soon as you lose him, it's basically 1 attack every turn instead of 2. So yeah, right at this point, I'm thinking, can we get 5's out at least? Can we at least try and leave a clean up? I say that, I didn't really have a clean up, but I was thinking, can we at least just try and get it into a good position? So yeah, I didn't yeet. I thought it's a waste of a yeet doing it there. But I was worried because I thought last time, even last GA, I believe, last round, same situation, we didn't yeet and we lost Rex. So I didn't want to do that again. Thankfully, got a chance here, I did yeet. So, yeah, I can't really have much more except to say this is not going to end well. Yeah, Gas is back up, my Gas is back up, but he's lost his buddies. And you got all that protection on the opposing Gas. Yeah, we've lost this, as you can tell. So, yeah. It was painful. I can't phrase it any other way. You're looking at it, you're thinking, what could I have done better? I'm not sure I could have done anything better. I think the only option I might have had was that I could have maybe put DR on offense, and that may have got me through this. The downside is that would have also then made me a little bit more open on my back wall on defense. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to this team for a minute. I mean, it's on screen anyway, so we're going to talk about it, but I feel guilty for throwing an Ewok Elder here. Ewok Elder's Relic 7, and I can understand anyone looking at it and going, what a waste of a Relic 7. I actually completely agree there. Reminder, the Ewoks are a forfeit, so I didn't completely do it voluntarily. I know it was voluntary in the sense I said I would relic them, but it's not like I was like, oh yeah, I am building them up for the Ewoks. But what I'm finding is, this is actually not a bad idea. If you know you're going to lose a toon in a team like this, Elder is actually not bad, especially for that one revive there that I got. Because I get lucky here. We get Treya back, and that gets us more banners. So there's no guarantee that will always happen. The second revive is a lot more of a random chance. But that first one, you're guaranteed. So if you can just make sure you're only going to lose them once, that's actually a solid way of making sure you get a toon back for more banners. So I don't mind doing that. Alright, enough about Ewok Elder with Treya. Phasma First Order against Phoenix. Comfortable win. Maybe a tad overkill, but I was not going to throw this anywhere else. It certainly couldn't take on gas. So, yeah, pretty comfortable cleanup. It was all about who were using what and where. A little disappointing that AoE didn't hit harder, I'll be honest. But, yeah, they were never going to hold us up. The power of the First Order was too strong. So, Executioner actually goes a bit OP here. We go 1, and we go 2. Yeah, I gotta love Fox. He's got some power in him. So we took CLS in against Gideon, who was hiding on the back as well. This team was unusual for me. I've not taken on a Gideon lead before. And it was double Zeta, so yeah, it was interesting facing it. So what I discovered, as I was battling, is that you've got to essentially kill everyone twice. And there's a bit of me that thinks, alright, that could be fun. Maybe I could find a use for that somewhere. But, I don't know. Playing this out, it's like, maybe not. Because even though I did like the idea of it, and again, Exar's a great player as far as what he's got in his roster, what his mods are. So I am not doubting what he's got here, but I'm looking and thinking, my CLS team here is not great, yet I still walked around it. So taking that same idea that maybe you can throw something in your roster that is not great at it and still beat it, maybe it isn't a great team. So I'm not going to look through his entire history, but I'd be curious if this ever trips anyone up, because the revive mechanic is a bit screwy. If you don't remember it, it will catch you out. But equally, I'm thinking it isn't that. There isn't much to it. You know, it's like even there. You know, we were able to control it quite easily, which is ironic for an ability that a character has control the situation as an ability. So yeah, it was a interesting battle. Yeah, it wasn't like wow, but we got through it. It wasn't one for the highlight reels, I don't think, but it was still one where I'm happy to show it, because I honestly can't say I've faced a Gideon before, and I think if this was all at relics, high relics, it might have been more of a problem. But saying that, I don't really know why you would have this team all at high relics. I mean, what I'd be saying to Exar, wouldn't all this lot have been better under Iden? Maybe just didn't have a home for Gideon, but yeah, I just found that a little bit strange. Iden probably would have been the better leader there. Anyway, First Order, we took in Geos, pretty similar to the other day, so I am going to skip a little bit here. We take out the sides, and it gets down to Kylo and crew. We're going to get a yeet onto crew in a minute. Just wait for that. I am sorry I want to skip through these battles, by the way. If anyone wants to watch them in full, by all means. I just think sometimes if you've seen one battle once, you've seen it a million times. So I don't like replaying every single battle, especially with a runtime that's already at 43 minutes on my end anyway. So yeah. Here's the yeet. There we go. And we're going to have to cycle around for it. So let's just skim the clock forward a bit. And a bit more, I think. Oh, hang on. There we go. There we go. So it took 2 minutes 10 to get the yeet, but we did get max banners as well, so that was quite efficient. Okay, Ewoks vs Bounty Hunters. Again, I've shown this a lot, so I'm not going to go too hard on it, but yeah, pretty comfortable. If you want to watch how I do it, watch any of my previous videos. I've shown Ewoks vs Bounty Hunters quite a lot recently at Rallic. Paplu is now Rallic 7, and yeah, there is the potential that Chirper will be going to Rallic 2 based on this result, so stay tuned to the end of this this account to see if it's going to be happening. So yeah, this is comfortable, like I say. It was a bit concerning when Boss got a taunt. You know, I don't like Boss getting a taunt in any of these battles because it means that I'm out of control, but yeah, just so much power there. And it all comes down to 3PO. 3PO just ramps the entire Ewok faction's stats up. I say stats, he just buffs them to hell. You know, he does everything that he does for all the other factions to the Ewoks. So yeah, just look at 3PO's uniques and he does all of it to Ewoks, whereas some of it's just for Rebels, some of it's just for Resistance. He does it all for Ewoks. So yeah, final battle. Imperial Troopers versus Mon Mothma with Kyle. The Kyle was pretty fast, so that was a concern. I thought, I'm not going to outspeed it. Thankfully, Piet gains turn meter based on all the hits, so we do take a turn, and then we are in control. So we take Bays out. We do try and apply some Daze just so that Biggs isn't annoying. We then go for Biggs just to try and get him out of the picture. We go for Wedge just because obviously Wedge is a little bit annoying. He's not as annoying as Kyle, but he's still a little bit annoying. And then we finish off with Kyle. So that is the end of the offense because we didn't have anything left to clean up gas. So let's show you the final board. The alt, Crimson. Yeah. Now I did allude to this a little bit. If I'd have put Darth Revan on offense, could I have beaten Gas? Probably not. But still, seeing that it held and my negotiator held, it does make me wonder, what if? The what if I'm supposing in my head is that Executor would have been on defense. I possibly could have been beaten it. I don't know about the other two ships, but I possibly could have beat it. But yeah, it's all what ifs. As things stand, I couldn't beat the Gas. Exar couldn't beat my Darth Revan. He did actually say he had a few issues with a few of my team, so thank you for the compliment there, Exar. We have got a bit of a GP difference and quite a mod difference, so I appreciate the compliment there. But yeah, I look at that and I think maybe Darth Revan would have been better on offense. But we'll have a think, because I am liking the idea of having a trick team at the back. I think it's important to make people save something for the back wall. But yeah, I think this time it may have been something that I needed for offense. So the final round for the newcomer, DarthUnkei, facing JasonBay. This was actually, I felt it was a fairly even matchup. Yes, Jason had 6 gels to DarthUnkei's 5. There was a speed advantage as well for Jason. However, I don't know why, but I felt like I was going into this in good form. Everywhere else was going to hell, but this one account was doing okay, so I was feeling quite confident going in. So yeah, maybe it was just delusions of grandeur on my part, but let's show you how it actually played out. So here we go. So first, this is the board that we had. We got Lord Vader up north, we got a Rey down south, so let's just show you in more detail my defense first of all. So well, actually, I'm not even going to show you my defense because it's rolled over from the previous round. So yeah, once again, if you want just to see my defense, I will probably show you at the end anyway, but there's nothing new there. As far as offense, what we were facing on defense, I should say, we got EP Mara with Starkiller, so that was a fun little team to see. Lord Vader with Maul, so that was a challenge compared to round 1 where there wasn't a Maul. We got Crew, so Crew could be annoying if you don't play it right. We got GG with BB-8. And then down south, we've got Mon Mothma, we've got Gas, Darth Revan with Talon, and we got Rey. So this wasn't the easiest of front walls, I'll be honest, but I felt like I could get through it without dropping battles. I'll show you how that got on. I'm going to say a little spoiler alert, it didn't go well. So I was coin flipping at the start. I thought, do I want to take in C against Ray, or do I want to take in JMK? And in my head, I'm thinking JMK's got a lot of banner recovery in his kit. So I thought, if I can power through the sides, then I should be able to finish off Ray. That was a nice idea. In reality, it doesn't play out that way. These 4 sides on my side do not have enough power between them to take out Ray. So we've learned something here. Again, I repeat what I said at the start of round 1. This is going to be a learning curve for me for the fact that even JMK, who I've got on Crimson, I have not played with the ult. I have actually had 1 battle with the ult on Crimson since unlocking it this afternoon. But yeah, that is it. So I am quite inexperienced of what JMK can do. So I did stall. I thought, can we get the ultimate high ground? Not just the 1 turn or the couple of turn high ground, but the actual 5 turns. So yeah, I waited for the 2 bars to fill. In hindsight, a little bit of a risk because General Kenobi was looking a bit squishy here. But I thought, we should be able to get to him in time. So yeah, there we go. High ground. And again, priority resistance hero Finn. We won't get him out because, well, we can't do anything while raising ult, but that he is the priority target. So yeah, GK isn't looking good. He's got healing immunity and he's in the red. So yeah, damage immunity, just try and protect him. Yeah, sadly we'll lose Ahsoka. Yeah, it wasn't going great. let's be honest. Thankfully Finn was just about going down, but yeah, we just about soaked up a whirlwind. But this battle was not going well. I repeat it. Even though we were 4v4, it was not a 4v4 how it was playing. It was more like 1v4. And yeah, it soon became 3v4. So yeah, it's a lesson learned. This do not take in a non-cat JMK versus Ray. It's yeah, it's asking for trouble. So yeah, next time I'll take in C. I've been told C could do it with just what. Now, I don't know about that myself. Depending on the health on the C or the offense even, I'd be willing to try it. But especially without doing it that often, I would probably take in Armourer just to be safe. But yeah, we'll see on the day what happens. But this is where Kyber 1 and the higher levels, if you like, of Kyber 1 will be difficult, as far as it's not just, I think I said in the last round, it's not just being able to beat things, but how you beat things. And yeah, this was a big boo-boo on my part. No other way of calling it. It was a mistake. So yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to just eke out any last bits of damage in this team. But yeah, Ray saw me off. So we got the 11 banners for taking 1 out plus the first battle. So we clean up with gas. Not happy about that. It means I'm having to use a pretty high value team, if you like. There's an argument I could have used gas to begin with in this. I could have used it straight out, but I wasn't feeling confident after Temmin. Granted, this is a better gas team, so maybe I could put more trust in it. But I think, again, maybe I was just lacking confidence in my own counter knowledge. I may have to just do some counter research in the meantime. I think that could be another thing that's letting me down, as far as, again, just a lack of confidence in how to do some of these counters. It's not like I haven't done them before. You know, it's like this, I've done this in JJ's squad arena, but I feel like when you're stepping up in quality, you're facing people with better mods, maybe my confidence has just taken a hit. So, yeah, I need to bounce back here. Sorry, I'm talking about other accounts here, and it's very weird, I know, but I do feel like DarthUnkei got a bit of the raw end, as far as, like I say, just a little bit of confidence hitting me. Because you see this, and it was going smooth, and it makes you wonder, could I have just got through a full Ray team? I don't know. Maybe I'm just over-egging it a bit. Probably. But, yeah. It just feels painful watching this, because it was a clean up, so you think, could I have at least eked out a 1 battle win with maybe lesser banners? I don't know. So yeah, we get through it pretty comfortably here. I can't remember the final score. What was it, 48? Well, no, it'd be 45, I bet, wouldn't it? 45. Go on, finish her off so I can see the score. 38, wow, I was giving myself a lot more banners than I should have done. 38. Alright, next battle, we took in CLS against Gas. I'd got no issues trying that, but what I will say, I need to realise that at this level, you don't go for Gas first. Whilst going for Gas first is okay with smaller gases, I think when you're going up to the higher levels, you should go for 5s with the first shoots from Han. Simply because you need to choose through some of the protection that he's got to begin with. So yeah, go for 5s first, because then when you're going through the time while Gas is down, you're able to deal more damage to the clones. So again, a lesson learned, because that was one big hit on Chewbacca. I mean, that... in all honesty, that had me worried. I was thinking, oh god, I mean, Han goes down as well. I'm thinking, have I actually lost this? Because, you know, I've got to survive not just the clones, but I've got to survive Gas standing back up. So, yeah, this was bad. We managed to just about get through it. Yeah, we do a basic here. And we just survived that. And we are just able to control Gas via turn meter, well, by turn meter trapping him and stunning him. So it was lucky that 55. But again, I know what I did wrong. I need to just go for 5s. It's as simple as that. All right, so we actually had the best battle on this south wall. We took we took in Iden versus Mon Mothma. We go for Kyle Katarn. Unlike last battle, there's no big, so there's no big issue. So we go for Kyle, we do adapt or die, get that going. And from here, it's just basically just trying to get Kyle out. I mean, Iden's a little bit of an issue, but she's not the biggest problem in this team. She's going to be there, obviously, you can't stop her, but it's just one of them things where you're thinking, if we can get Kyle out first, it just takes a lot of the threat out of the team. So yeah, just I'll focus on him. I mean, it's the trouble with my face cam, it does block the banners on Shore Trooper a bit there, but yeah, I can assure you he wasn't doing bad. This was one of the smoothest battles ever. I mean, it's enough to make me think I could do with building up my spare imps on my other accounts, because this is just beautiful. And again, this is on offense. You know, it's tempting to put Iden on defense and just say, you guys deal with this, because Wampa could probably take out something like this as well, and I could find something else to take out GG's. So I might play around with that. Okay, so Imperial Troopers versus Darth Revan. I put Watt in there because Piet and Darth Revan were the same speed. So the buffs give Piet a bit of extra speed to start with. We're going for Bastila because she's the priority target. Now, I need to watch this because I don't know what went wrong here. Yes, spoiler alert. So we do the Swarm, and we get Bastila. Oh, we didn't get Bastila out, okay. Now this is where I went wrong. I tried to get Fear, and instead I feared Piet. So if I'd gone basic, I'd have been fine there. But instead, I got Piet feared, I got Death Mark on Veers. Whilst the Death Mark didn't do anything, it didn't help me. Plus 2 of my tunes are feared. So that is another issue. So that is a lesson to learn. Just do not use the fear move. Because yeah, it goes bad. So I'm glad I've rewatched it. I think it was a simple case of just don't spam specials. In my head, right, it makes a bit of sense. You know, when I'm just playing it in the moment, I'm thinking special on Bastila, get fear them. But I forget that I'm going to get feared as well because I'm hitting Malik. So yeah, it was a costly mistake. I'm just waiting for range die. So yeah, 1 down and I had to clean it up. So I didn't have anything I felt comfortable with other than Sith Eternal Emperor. So in Sith Eternal Emperor goes. Yeah, Marauder. And then Revan. So from there, I'll be honest, I was half tempted to hit full auto. I don't know if I did. Yeah, we just play it manually. But to be honest, it's not the most complicated battle again. It's a pretty simple one, so I am going to skip forward a bit. We get the ult about here. There we go. Sorry for not slowing down for it. But yeah, we lost Sith Trooper, or Sith Empire Trooper. A little bit of a shame, but the light show was not going to be stopped. So maybe I don't need to do this again. I really need to learn Sith Eternal Emperor's move skills a bit more, but or move set. But I thought, why not? Let's link them. It's not like we're going to be killed anyway, but let's just link them, see if we get anything back off it, like protection. But I'm looking and thinking they haven't got protection anyway, so maybe I'm just hoping for nothing. So yeah, I'm just trying to kill them off now. So yeah, basic on Talon. And yeah, Malik's been annoying, but we'll get him out. So yeah, sloppy banners 39, but we got through it. Oh, pardon me. So we went north. We took in JML versus Lord Vader. So we get an ability block on Lord Vader, that's important. And at this point, I'm saying to myself, right, we need to do something about the days, but we also need to start using inherited teaching. So I'm thinking, let's get rid of the first, get rid of it off JKL so we can do his mass stun. Shat comes in, she can do a cleanse and put that on JML. Then we get the mass stun. We're now in control. So we're going to do, we're going to call in JKL as often as we can. Just for the simple reason he can do more damage to tanks. Plus, he's just a damage dealer, so why not? We're going to just try and increase cooldowns on Lord Vader. We don't want him going crazy, so just do that. Again, just pass to JKL. Well, saying that I was spreading it around, so Barris doesn't hurt in that scenario. Yeah, do I give it to Shaq or Hoda? Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that we get enough inherited teachings to build up the ultimate charge. So yeah, not a bad battle this. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the ultimate, to be honest, because the thing is, we've got ours, but as you can see, Lord Vader doesn't do his AoE's Force Crush ability. So I'm thinking, I don't want to use my ultimate until that's gone, because then we can cleanse the debuffs. So we aren't going to ult, we're going to do the AoE, Efflux. And we're just going to stall a bit. I think I actually passed that to JML. Oh no, I gave it to JKL, okay. So again, we're just waiting. We're biding our time. I put that on JML just to give him counter chance. Why not? And then we ult. I get rid of all the dots, and it just gives us a clean playing field going into the rest of the battle. So, at this point, all my focus needs to be on Lord Vader. For some reason I was targeting Darth. We need to go for Lord Vader. And to be honest, we can just keep passing inherited teachings over to Hoda, because it heals up our team, it gives us protection back as well, but also deals true damage to Lord Vader. Now, I wouldn't say I didn't do that, but I would say I didn't do it enough. So, again, I do the hand wave there, but maybe I could have stalled a bit. I feel the only time you should stray from inherited teachings, which, again, I'm criticising myself a bit here for, is when you are using JML. If you're using JML, you want to use Efflux and they grow beyond to keep Lord Vader under control. You want to make sure he's either ability blocked or increase cooldowns. Other than that, keep spamming Hoda, just so that you're healing up and that you're keeping the control of the battle. What I would say, I was using Shaq a bit as well, try and heal up tunes, I get rid of debuffs. So it wasn't like I was completely ignoring Hoda, but I feel like I maybe just got through, I got through Lord Vader a little too fast. Maybe I was just trying to hurry it a little. It's like here, I didn't need to do, well, okay, I kind of needed to do that, but I could have put it on Hoda, and Hoda wouldn't have dealt the damage. So, yeah. Not a bad battle, just a little inefficient at the end. Alright, Wampa versus GG droids. BB-8's a concern as far as he gives loads of preload to the droids, so it can make for a messy start because there isn't a lot of counter chance for Wampa, but he does have it. And because of that, he gains Termite via the dots, which means he can then do his Wamp protection up, then grants more counter chance, and it means we're in the battle. So yeah, once we got protection up, we don't lose. It's as simple as that. So from here, we just roar. And yeah, roar and womp, simple as that. It's a fun battle. I am enjoying doing it. It's like I said earlier, I would be tempted to try Aiden on defense, maybe if she was a bit thicker. I'm currently farming a shard, so I'm looking at it and thinking if I get Aiden to 7-star and get some decent gear, she might go on defense just for the fact that maybe she could catch someone out. But then again, I've heard there is a clean counter to her right now, so maybe she will stay on offense. I'll have to do my research, but again, I'm just playing around with it because I like having things for offense, but sometimes it's good to see how people get on with something on defense as well. So I plan to switch things around for this account next week just to see how people get on with things. Plus how things get on with me as well. So yeah, I'm talking a lot there because it's like this is the cleanest 68 you'll ever see. There's not a moment of peril once Wampa's counter-attacking. So yeah, GG's got Bobo. There he goes. And I'll say it again, thank you for the bits, Kit. Just funny how they pop on screen. So yeah, here we go. We got Bounty Hunters versus EP Mara with Starkiller. Now, there was a slight misplay here. We have to go for Johanni. She pre-taunts, we got no choice. So we're going to trigger the bombs while we're there. Now, I could have targeted anyone. I targeted Johanni. Maybe I should have gone for Emperor Palpatine, because we're going to kill Mara. Mara's going to be a pain in the neck, so we've got to kill Mara. I think I should have gone for EP with the mass stun though, because I go for Starkiller, and Starkiller's not doing much. Whereas next turn, EP is going to do this. That, even now, is painful. I mean, this was Sunday, this battle. It is now Tuesday when I'm recording. And even now, I am watching and thinking, how the blooming heck did he get 5 stuns twice against me? Fair enough. I am a little bit bitter, but I respect it. It's like, okay, he's probably been supercharged by Starkiller, but still, it is a bit of pill. So yeah, I lost this one. I think if I'd have gone for Palpatine earlier, I may have been able to get him down, but the thing is, if I'm right, you can't stun him, so that makes it even harder to control him, so yeah. Anyway, we cleaned up with our own EP Mara. I brought in Baze as a pre-taunting tank. We'd already used Royal Guard, otherwise he'd have been there. But once they've done their opening moves, we're in control. We've got Mara, so we can do... Well, we can actually get a stun in, so we could have actually stunned, I think. We could have stunned Palp. I don't know. Anyway, like I say, this is a comfortable battle. Going to say Visas is down. I think we're just going to try and land a hit on Palps now. Ooh, one short. And yeah, Johanni's got no chance. So yeah, a few banners dropped, but at this point I wasn't too bothered about efficiency. I thought I've probably lost this round anyway, so let's just try and get through it. I took Night Sisters vs Geos. At this point, I didn't really feel like I got a comfortable counter, so I thought, why not Night Sisters? Let's have a bit of fun with them. So yeah, again, I had Treya on defense all week, and that was probably, I'll say probably, it was a bad idea as far as Treya, how do I put it? She can trip people up. She's not a bad defensive toon, but she can do a lot on offense. And in battles like this, she can prove useful, but there are other occasions as well where I'm thinking maybe Treya would have been handy. So I would probably be better saving her for offense moving forward, but I enjoyed a little experiment just trying to cope without her. But yeah, the trouble with Night Sisters is they are quite banner inefficient, you know, and when you want 65, you're not going to get them with this. So I might have to find certain battles where I can take them in. So yeah, we got the win. I'm not complaining. It was something that got us there over the line, but yeah, 61 I think we got here, and it's still not that great. Next one. We took in some Bounty Hunters against some Resistance. Now, I was tempted to do a Fennec solo here. I thought, you know what? There is a stun in that group, but you know what? Fennec gets a load of buffs, so maybe we can get past it. I'm glad I didn't, because granted, Fennec gets weaker with more allies, but well, she leading anyway. But I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking they went hard for Fennec. I mean, it wasn't like every turn, but they went for Fennec a lot. And yeah, I don't think she'd have survived on her own, so I'm glad I thought twice and took full team. And because even though the full team didn't do a lot, as far as maybe I could have gone a little bit shorter, it was still a bit of a rough battle. I mean, look at that. They really want Fennec. I don't know if it's because she's Relic 7 or if it's because they've just been coded, but why code resistance tunes to go for Fennec, I don't know from a coding perspective. So, yeah, this battle just in general confused me. I was just glad to hear that Fennec got the kill shot because she got battered, the poor duck. So yeah, next one, Geos versus First Order. I don't remember offhand, but this could have actually been the final battle. So yeah, not a difficult one again. I am going to skip forward because we've seen this one already, so let's move along. Yeah, we're down to Kylo again. I seem to be saving Kylo for last. I get the feeling it's just because he's the one that's maybe the less annoying with the stuns. He's still annoying in his own right, but with Kylo Ren unmasked, he's got an irresistible stun. Whereas you can lock Kylo Ren down a bit more, so I don't know, maybe it just feels more efficient. So yeah, we're just stalling. I can't remember offhand if we got our banners back as well. I don't think we did. I think this may have been a 60, which again is not great. Again, so we didn't do a big hit there, so I'm assuming we stalled a bit. But how long? No, we didn't do that. Come on. I'm curious if I was stalling for GBA's special, for his conscription ability. No, it's still on cooldown, and I'll loot for it. So I think I'm stalling. Yeah, I'm stalling. I'm stalling both here and I'm stalling there. So, yeah, at least I was playing smart. I wasn't just rushing here. I was trying to get a 65. So, yeah, that big hit must have been killing me by this point. I lack patience. I am not a patient person. So, yeah, getting 65 in this kind of battle is slow torture for me. I mean, if you're all live with me when you're watching the streams, please come along and just keep me going during these battles, because honestly, the company and just the encouragement not to just rush is actually welcome. The only time I ever get grumpy in streams is when people treat me like I don't know anything, and I'm like, yeah, I might not be the smartest, but I do know some things. Please respect that I know some things. I'm a bit like a better version of Jon Snow. I don't know nothing, but I know something. All right, yeah, that wasn't the final battle. We got one more here. So yeah, Bam was a little bit annoying there. I really need to learn the BAM counters because I haven't faced a lot of my GP levels prior to this. Yeah, it kind of makes sense what goes on. He takes a bonus turn because he's below a set health threshold. And I think what's getting me is finding a way to get him out quick with that in mind. Yeah, I could really do with learning the Imperial Trooper counter to... who are they? To Darth Revan. Because if I can learn that, then it means I can afford to do bounty hunters here. Because bounty hunters on BAM is a clean battle. And to be fair, BAM is quite clean the other way around, if I remember right. So, yeah, I could do with learning that counter in particular, but just in general, I need to improve my counter knowledge. I think a few have let me down, not necessarily on this account, but in general in the past week. I mean, again, Imperial Troopers, if I can learn that will only help me. I'm not sure what have helped me with the gases I've faced this week, though. Both of them out-rallied and out-sped me, so I think that's just basically good. Okay, so that Bubba's nearly down. Double tap him. And at this point, we're just waiting to give Nest a big old hit. So, yeah, unfortunately, she smacks us about a bit, but we give the big old punch to her. 63. So if this is the fleet battle, yep, this was a surprise. We were facing a non-Houndstooth variant of Executor. Now I've heard about this battle, but I've also heard that Rebels are best for countering it, so I was a bit stuck as my Rebels were on defense. So what I decided to do was take in Malevolence. And I thought, well, the biggest issue with Malevolence counter to Executor is the fact that Houndstooth gets in the way. So if Houndstooth isn't there to start, then at the very least we should be able to get IG out, which we did. So I'm thinking, alright, that leaves us a good place for a clean-up if we do need to two-shot it with Finalizer. But here I'm thinking, well, hang on. We can bring in Spy, we've got a clean shot at Xanadu Blood, so let's do it. okay, so Xanadu's gone, you're thinking, okay, even if Houndstooth comes in, which it does, it's just those two ships. So even now, it's not the worst battle. You know, you're thinking, all right, I can actually try and play this now like a normal Malevolence counter match. So I was actually in favour. I was like, all right, if you want to throw this at me here, I'm quite happy. I mean, yeah, honestly, I would not try this counter. I mean, yeah, it makes sense if you think your opponent is only going to do Finalizer, like maybe they put Malevolence and any other top counter on defense. But really, I don't know anyone who'd have Malevolence on defense. It's maybe just for the fact it's not a great banner ship, but I don't know, I just find it quite a bit of a Swiss Army knife as far as ships goes. So again, if you think your opponent's going to put Mal on defense, it makes sense, but yeah, Rebels as well are great on offense, so I'd be surprised if you put that down. Still, this was a very clean battle in my opinion. I mean, I think I lost a ship just now, a bit of irony maybe as I was saying that, but in general for a Malevolence battle it wasn't bad at all. Yeah, we get Slave 1 gone, and I'm just stalling a little bit right now because I'm waiting to get Razor Crest out, so we even have time bringing Soldier. Usually we need Carth for this battle, but I thought I'm going to save him just in case we need a clean-up battle. But yeah, we didn't. Again, I'm amazed how comfortable this is, because you're looking, you're thinking, surely I'm going to struggle here. I've given Houndstooth all that TM, but no, he's on his own. He really can't do a lot on his own. And we've got the ult, or, you know, we've got the ion cannon. So, yeah, fire the ion cannon. And yeah, Bosca's dead. 64, it was a surreal executive battle, that. I mean, if people want to throw that to me all day, I will take it. Anyway, because we have the Finalizer left over, I thought let's take that in against Rebels. We got hunted on HMF, and really we just hammer it. So basic, big Temmin to the team. We just go all in on Han. I don't know what it is, but I don't really like Echelon in this lineup. Something about it just feels off. Because it's like they just got turns out of nowhere and suddenly they feel more in it. We managed to get Han out in time. It's not like the battle goes bad. But it's like I'm watching this back and I'm like, if we'd started with Special Forces, Han would have been gone. But because Echelon's there, it feels like they have more chance to survive. Maybe it's just down to the fact there's two attackers instead of... two attackers with Special Forces instead of one. I don't know. But yeah, it's something about, as a counter, it feels less effective. I could always just put Echelon on the bench and bring it in, but I don't know, it feels almost a waste. All that time asking for a tank and then not using it. So yeah, it's pretty clean once Han's gone. You just gotta wipe out the sides. I was kind of hoping Echelon would take a turn pretty quick. I didn't want it to be stuck behind that protection disruption all that time. But yeah, at this point, we're just slowly chipping away. We get a nice big hit on Biggs. Basic over there. Thankfully, we're recovering some banners on Echelon as well in the process of all this. So, yeah, Command Shuttle's just doing its job, feeding to me to the team. We're bringing the TIE Fighter. Maybe we didn't need to do that, but I thought we'd put out in the reinforcements, so why not? Yeah, give a kill to Silencer if we can. Mass assist and kill. We didn't get max banners, but we did alright. 72. And then final battle, Negotiator versus Radis. Again, very comfortable battle. Sweet Spot is a bit of a weird status effect, if I'm going to be honest. I know there is a purpose behind it, but I don't know. Right now, I am not really seeing how good it could be. Yeah, it's like I'm looking at it and thinking, I don't see the Resistance Bomber doing a lot because of it. Again, maybe I just need to see it at 7 stars. Maybe if it faces 7 star and it's like, wow, this actually really beefs it up, then I'd think differently. But right now, it just doesn't seem to be doing a lot. But it could be that whatever comes out next, because I keep going on about Ravager, it could be that it does something against Ravager. So I'm not going to dismiss it as a completely wasteful ship, but it doesn't do a lot right now. And I'm just hoping it gets some relevance down the line. But yeah, as far as this battle, it was comfortable again. I can't say we had any issues. So yeah, DarthUnkei had a very good ship offensive. I just wish the character offensive had been better. So let's show you the board, let's show you the final score. So yeah, DarthUnkei lost. Not the biggest surprise considering the battles I dropped. Quite disappointing though, 41 banners. So that is essentially the 2 drop battles down the south really that show up. Yeah, essentially I need to learn 2 things from this. 1, JMK without Cat cannot beat Ray. And 2, I need to learn the Imperial Trooper counter to Darth Revan fast. Because those 40 banners odd, they probably, I mean, I was still going to lose based on the 40. It would have been 1784 to 1785. But it would have been a closer battle. I know I still lost EP, so that would have got me the win. But I think the EP battle kind of got to a situation where I didn't have another option. Maybe if I'd had gas available or I'd had another team that I used on those 2 cleanups, that would have been an option I could use against Starkiller. So that's how I'm looking at it. I think the banners I dropped could have been saved if I'd have cleaned up, like, done better down south. So yeah, we will learn from this. It was a worthwhile loss. So yeah, fingers crossed next week we can go 3-0, because even though they'll probably be tougher opponents, I believe there's still a lot of stuff we can do on this account. So yeah, I'm hopeful. Okay, so a very quick summary for the baby account. I need to relic Sabine. Yeah, this was rough on offense, and to be fair, my opponent did full clean, so it makes me feel a little bit better in some ways. Darth Revan down south I didn't touch. I thought I've got nothing to beat it, but the CLS up north did bug me. We did this very late in the stream, so I don't blame anyone who wasn't around to watch it, but we took in General Grievous droids against it and lost. Now I was disappointed there, because usually that's a, I wouldn't say a clean counter, but it's a fairly clean counter. So I was floored by him, and my droids aren't bad. So I think I was just struggling with potency. I think it may have been a very tenacious CLS. I didn't check. Again, I'll be honest, this was about nearly 1 AM when I was about to do this battle, so I thought I haven't got time to check mods. But yeah, I didn't really have an option anyway. The only counter I got was CLS. So it was GG to CLS, so after that I couldn't really beat it. We cleaned up everything else okay, but 189 was the best score I could get, so 1 and 2 for the week for the baby account. If you want to follow its progress, follow me on Twitch, JJ's Productions Twitch. So that's about it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've been enjoying Temmin's Torment and Crimson's interesting Kyber 2 week. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to JJ's Productions on YouTube. And until next time, this has been Josh from JJ's Productions. I'll see you next time. Bye now. Bye for now.